Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to a brand new F1 25 League Racing video. This is the final round of the Ironman League on F1 25. And yeah, we still got a chance to win the championship, but as you can see, we're gonna need quite the miracle. We're on 69 points, Otis Lars on 93, which very simply means we need to win the race, and Otis cannot finish the race or finish in the points. So, yeah, realistically, we're not winning today, but we are going to try and at least win the race, you know, and get P2 in the championship. So, yeah, starting on the mediums here, Mexico. Historically one of my best tracks, but I've also had a few honker league races. We do a lot of league races in Mexico actually over the past few years. But yeah, overall one of my favorite tracks. And yeah, we can make up some good positions here in the race. Into turn 1, we're starting P17. And I had to be a little bit careful there not to get into an incident in turn 1 or before turn 1 even. Yeah, started P17, and as you can see, not a great opening corner. Lots of wheel banging going on, which I usually try to avoid. But yeah, the physics on this game just
broke his wing.
allow it. But you could see a few front wings fly around there as well.
Terrible start, but at least we stayed alive, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Saw some front
Leo
wings flying
Lund
around.
was one of the people who got front wing damage there. And at least we did not get the wing damage. I think Luca Ripassa might have got wing damage, I'm not sure. It's very hard to know. If there's a car around and another car over the track, more wing damage, as I see parts of carbon fiber flying around. I think that's Larry Tulk. Something Tulk. I don't know the rest of his last name.
Man, it's chaos. Holy shit.
But yeah, as you can hear me say, it's chaos. Lots of contact. And yeah, lots of damage. One spinner. It's crazy to me. Also, if you look at turn 1, 2, 3, how much risk people take at the start of a 100% race. It makes a little bit sense in some way because it's so hard to overtake on this game. Very little slipstream, of course, and then lots and lots of dirty air. I think we saw the same yesterday in Spa. As someone is around again. We saw the same yesterday in real life around Spa, where,
Okay.
yeah, in some way it's realistic. Lots of dirty air, but then very, very little slipstream. As there's more contact again between Cameron and Istvan this time. So we keep that position. And now you can see Istvan struggling with understeer as well. I wonder if he has wing damage or just got some understeer from the dirty air. Up to P16 we go. And you can see that
More
Leo
wing damage, I guess.
definitely has wing damage there with the understeer he had through that right-hander. Yeah, lap 5 he boxes for a new front wing. So yeah, not a great start for us, but we still gained 2 positions in the opening 5 laps because people are just being very much not cautious. Start of lap 7. We're going to go for a move on Thomas Kokeni, who's got front wing damage as well. You could see his front left end plate missing. And now up to P14 we go. You can actually see Luca Ripassa not in the DRS. I think a bit of a train break from Thomas Kokeni, who had that front wing damage. So yeah, we're going to overtake Luca here. And then we have to catch up to Brendan Lee. 7 tenths to get into the DRS. And then there's another 1.6 second gap to Otis Lawrence, but you can see how fast we're closing in on that. And we didn't even use that much battery, so we're closing in here at a rapid pace back into the train, which we need. We cannot just stay in P13 for the entire race if we want to win this championship. So we're going to have to push and close up to the train ahead. And yeah, see what we can do strategically wise. Lap 14, you can see we're in the DRS of Otis. I think we got into the DRS quite a few laps ago already. I think it only took 1 extra lap to get back in there. And Otis is going for a move on Tom Roberts. And I was, you know what, I'm going to try and do the same. Reaching a top speed of 353 into turn number 1. Actually, more contact on the left here between Tom and Otis, and we get the move done up to P11. So not a bad opening stint, you know. P17 to P11 could have been better because our opening lap was so bad. But yeah, on to lap 21, end of lap 21, start of lap 22. And you can see up to P3 we go as Duncan Hovland boxes for a new set of tires. We get still DRS, even though we're 1.3 seconds away from Otis, now Ricciards. So that is very lovely. DRS, not a lot of dirty air. And yeah, we're gonna have to make a pit stop soon. It's definitely a 2-stop around Mexico. But you can see there's quite a big train break from the top 10 to P11, 12, 13, I think that is. So would be lovely if we can follow Otis in, because his pace seems good at the time. So yeah, end of lap 23. And at this point, we started losing quite a serious amount of time. I think we lost around 1.5 seconds per lap, which doesn't sound too much for an undercut, but Mexico is quite a short track, and that's why there's 71 racing laps, so then that 1.5 seconds is quite a lot for just a single lap. We decided to box in the same lap as Otis and Ricciards for a new set of hards. Again, hards OP around Mexico as well. Hards are going to be OP on every single track on this game. It seems like.
Come out in last.
Considering even, you know, around Kota, the mediums are quite bad compared to the hards. That shows that they're gonna be OP on every track as out we come. And this is very, very unfortunate. We've come out right behind Thomas Kokani and Brendan Lee, and they boxed quite a few laps ago. And you can see Otis is ahead of this wall train. And we kind of wanted to be right there behind them, but that 1.5 seconds we were behind has ended up costing us a lot here, because we're going to have to clear this traffic first, and you can see they're battling as well. Brendan has gone for another set of mediums, which I'm quite surprised by. It's 13 seconds of penalties as well. That's for speeding in the pits, and 1 track limit penalty, which it's really easy to do around here, track limit penalties. But yeah, if you do get a track limit penalty in this race, you're just going to end up losing so much due to it being such a close grid. So yeah, let's see if we can make at least one move here, because we're losing loads of time here. Leo Lund ahead, and I think he boxed like nearly 20 laps ago, lap 5 if you can remember. So every lap we spend here behind him, we're going to be losing 2 seconds, and that 2 seconds is going to be permanently gone. So yeah, frustrating. Very frustrating. We're going to have to make a move here, otherwise we can say goodbye to our race. Into turn 1. Let's see if we can do something here around the outside maybe, but unfortunately Brendan tucked back in, and now we're going to have to go for a switchback on the right hander here. Luckily for us, Leo not getting any DRS on this next straight, and that means this is going to be a relatively easy pass. We got a full battery as well to play with when we exited that corner, and now we're behind Brendan. But we need to get past ASAP, because every lap we just spend behind Ricciards and Brendan here, because Brendan is on the mediums, and those mediums are just not a good race tire. So we need to get past her ideally, and we're now going to go on the attack on Ricciards Sprogis into the next corner. Again, quite an easy DRS pass, and now yeah, you can see the gap to Otis is 4.8 seconds already, 4.9. So yeah, by the time we got past Brendan, it was 5. And now we're going to have to yeah, catch that back up. But the issue we're now facing is that we're going to have to catch up, which in no doubt is going to be an issue. But the real issue we're facing here is that by the time we catch up, our tire advantage has thus dramatically decreased that every overtake is going to be super hard relative to where if we would have catched up, you know, 6-7 laps earlier, this would have gone so much easier because we would have had a way bigger tire advantage. So yeah, very unfortunate with traffic there. Perhaps, you know, if only we would have been a little bit faster. I think our pace was not too great in this race as well. And I'm talking about 1, 2, maybe 3 tenths per lap. Sounds so little, but you catch up to everyone so much earlier, as I have a massive lock-up into turn 1. And I tried to leave space for Tom, but I actually bottomed out over that left-hand curb and nearly drove into the side of him, which was not ideal. He wasn't even defending, but I just locked up and went deep. So, yeah, happy we didn't shunt into him there. Yeah, up to P12 we go, which is basically where we were before the pit stops as well. Yeah, let's see what we can do here from now on. Lap 39, and we spent quite a few laps here behind Cameron trying to get past. Lap 39 now, end of lap 39, and we're just trying to set up a move here. We've been pushing Cameron quite hard for the past few laps to try and get past him, and yeah, because we had better tires, we just drained his battery. He's defending really hard, and yeah, this would just end up in him losing more positions a lot of time, because once we get past here, the guy behind me is obviously going to have a full battery, and yeah, that means that that's going to be a free pass for Riyards behind us, who's got the same age of tires as us. Into the next left-hander we're going to go around the outside, which is going to turn to the inside, brake quite a bit later, and up to P10 we go. We got pushed on as well. A bit of catching up to do now, because we're out of DRS from Luca Ripassa, our championship rival for P2 if we do not win the championship, of course. And last season we finished P2 as well on F1 24, behind Danny Beresnay. Yeah, that race was actually around Mexico as well, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, let's hope it ends up better than today. But at the moment, it's not looking too likely, because we have to win the race. And at the end of this one, we've got 31 laps to go. We have caught up to the leading train. I was actually thinking about an undercut here, just so we wouldn't end up in the same situation. But at the same time, I was also like, you know, we still got fresher tires than the cars ahead. But yeah, lap 52 now, and as you can see, I did not go for an undercut. A lot of people went for the undercut, and I decided to stay out, do the opposite, and just pray for a safety car, because I realized as well, once people started boxing for the undercut, the only chance we were going to win this championship was staying out, wait for a safety car, and pray something happens to Otis. That's the only way. Because we were, yeah, not going to finish P1 or P2. We would have to overtake too many people from where we were with a too little tire advantage. Due to the fuel, obviously, tire wear decreases as the race goes on. So, yeah, the tire advantage you gain by staying out longer and longer, it gets less and less. And at the end of lap 53, I was getting to a position where if I would stay out longer, then yeah, we would finish nowhere in this race anymore. So I boxed 18 laps to go for another set of the hards. You might be thinking, why hards? Because there's only 18 laps to go. Well, we didn't have a set of mediums. And even if we did have a set of mediums,
Chris for the 27 months,
they would be dog shit compared to the hards. Don't even start to me about softs, because they last 3 laps. By lap 3, they would be slower.
I just had to create an extreme tire offset, because
by lap 3, they would be slower than the hards, pretty much. Let alone after 15 laps, you know. So yeah, 8 seconds behind Jake, who boxed 3 laps ago. So yeah, that's around over 2.5 seconds undercut per lap. Now we do have a tire advantage, obviously, to the end of the race, but you can see how far everyone is ahead. Otis is going into the last sector now. We've just entered sector 2, so we're really far behind. But that's just the risk I decided to take to try and still salvage this championship. Because we were just not going to get anywhere by doing a normal strategy. Obviously, we would have finished P3, P4, P5 maybe. Maybe P2. But we needed something crazy if we wanted to win the championship. And that's why I just went for that crazy strategy. In a normal race, I would have not stayed out so long, obviously. Up to P12 we go, in lap 65. And you can see how far we're still behind the leading train, pretty much. Or P4 to... or P5 to P11, I think that train is. I'm not sure. Doesn't matter anyway. Because we are not going to win the championship anymore. But we can still get P2 here. Leo Lund is a lap down, which means he's not going to score any points. And that means I think we need P6 in the or in this race to get P2. And then we've got Luca Ripasa still up there, somewhere ahead of us. I'm not sure
I'm so slow on the
what's
straight.
going on to him. But he's in P8. You can see him right there going into turn number 2 right now. Turn number 3. He's only 2 points ahead of us. So yeah, let's see if we can get P8 here, P7, P6. We need P6, but obviously on track P8 might be enough, or even P9 might be enough due to penalties. So let's see what we can get here with 2 laps to go. Riyad Progis right ahead of us. Again, not sure when he boxed. I know Luca Rapassa boxed 3 laps before me. And yeah, he's going to be the most difficult one to overtake due to his fresher tires. And now into turn number 4 we go. We're going to go on the attack. Can't quite get the move done. And now we're going to try and go for a switchback. Riyad blocks off the switchback, so we go around the outside. Try to go for a switchback again. Unfortunately, we can't quite get it done this time around, but we are putting the pressure on, and unfortunately,
this game is so ass, man.
Just so much dirty air again. We couldn't really stay anywhere close. And now, let's see if we can do something into the final sector, perhaps. We got Luca Rapassa with a 6-second penalty as well. So if we get P9, I think we win on countback. So, or not win, but we gain the position countback. We get P3 in the championship countback. But we need, I think, P7 or P6 to get P2 here. So let's try and do that. Into turn number 1, we're going to go around the outside of Riyad Progis. Picking up a little bit of slipstream from Luca Rapassa. We send it down the inside, very deep into the corner. And up to P9 we go. And you can see Gregory in P7 has got a 3-second penalty as well. So we need to stay within that 3 seconds to gain those extra points from him to get P8. And maybe there are more penalties up ahead. I don't know. We just have to keep pushing in order to try and gain the maximum amount of time possible. You can see every single corner we're gaining quite a bit to Gregory, and that's the tire advantage we have. Into the fast section we go. Battery is almost dead, but that's okay. Last lap, and on this next straight we're going to squeeze every single bit out of it. No DRS, which is okay because that means we get clean air into the final sector. 2.1 seconds is the gap, so we are going to get P8, that is for sure. But are we going to get any more in this race? Into the final corner we go. We're going to drain the battery for one last time. Across the line we're going to go.
What are you doing, man?
And Jake was pointing the wrong direction. We get P6. And that means we get P2 in the championship by 1 single point. Yeah. Congrats to Otis, of course, because he had a lot of good races this year. Whereas we just didn't. I mean, we won this last race around Miami, if my mind serves me correct. But other than that, we just had a bunch of terrible races, terrible strategies. Just, yeah. I feel like we never really lacked pace. Apart from today, maybe we lacked a little bit of pace, but it's hard to say, of course, because we tried something crazy with the strategy. But yeah, it's been a terrible season. I'm not even gonna lie, but can't win them all. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe. PSGL is coming soon. See you guys next time. Ciao.